Okay, so Hahnemuhle, oops, oh no. Hi, welcome to another new video. So in today's video, I'm going to give you a review of the Hahnemuhle ZigZag book. So if you can see from the picture over here, the cover, it's of a like a traveling scene, and it's more for like an urban sketching kind of usage. It's actually like an accordion sketchbook. Moleskine also has something similar. It's called like the Japanese accordion sketchbook.
The accordion sketchbook is favored by some urban sketchers because you can do panoramic sketches in them.
So it's 300 GSM, the paper that's used, and it has got about 18 pages. All right, not a lot. Okay, this one that I have is not very big. It's 14 cm by 14 cm. I like it because it's square, so you know it's just right for Instagram posts. It is natural white watercolor paper, fold into as an accordion, good for wet painting. It is about I think it's more a fine hot press. It feels like a cold press, but it's actually a bit closer to hot press. Not very grainy. It is acid free, has longevity. I don't know what longevity here means. But anyway, yeah, this is as much as I can find. Alright, so let's just push this out and we see how this book looks like. So it comes with this this band here. Okay, so the Hahnemuhle logo is over here. It has a band that you can, it pulls across and you can actually lock it, and it holds the book closed. Okay, and when you open it, okay, it opens up. So the two surface here, you know, Hahnemuhle has this cover. This is a fabric that they use. Some of their sketchbook, the Nostalgia series, if I'm not wrong. So it opens up like that, and you get a total of 10 surface on one side. So you don't have 8 on the other side, because you know, like they have to stick one page down to the cover, so you lose 2 on both sides. So in fact, yeah, so you have 18 pages. But there are several other sizes. I like the square because, yeah, Instagrammable, Instagram size. I'm just gonna do like a quick sketchbook tour of what I've done using this sketchbook. The first page, I think it's an Inktober 52's prompt for book. So I thought I'd just do a bookshop. And I wanted to use a color Evening Moon. So this is a supervision color. The thing about this paper is, it is quite, you can blend the colors quite well. Next page is this color called Rose Ash, and this is a picture reference that I took from this Japan shopfront drawing challenge on Instagram, and I really like how the color turned out here. This is a special granulating color as well, where it separates out into separate components, and this paper does allow that to be seen. And then the next one is also from Supervision. The color is called Wobbler Brown. Yeah, and this scene is also from the Japan shopfront drawing account. All right, and then in the next one, I actually combined 2 colors. So I had the golden green and the sky ink, both from Supervision colors. So this side with the golden green, and this side with a little bit here with the sky ink. And this is a very famous landmark in Paris, and this shop is called Debt. Okay. The next one, okay, from here on I started the Singapore Shopfront Challenge, which is a weekly challenge I did to just discover places in Singapore, shopfronts in Singapore, and put them onto Instagram for people to do it in their own style. So this was the first one that I did, and I was using the red yellow color from the Supervision colors. And this shop is called Carnival. It's Carnival Beauty Salon. It's in one of the shops. I think it's probably in East Coast or something. And I really like how you know, this color. This book allows me to use both gouache and watercolor. All right. And yeah, the next one is a color brown green. Here is where I started using quite a lot of gouache, as you can see from here, this part. And I really like how this paper doesn't buckle. So can you see that it still remains so flat? It could be the size, you know, it's not too big, so maybe that's why it doesn't buckle. The next one is called Purple Orchid. So Purple Orchid is like a deep blue color. Has a little bit of purple in it. So I use it in the shop sign, the sky, and as a shadow inside the shop. So this place is called 11 Strands. It's a Italian restaurant. Next one is Savant's Carpet. It's one of the carpet shop in Arab Street, somewhere in Kampong Glam. Very nice, beautiful. I think I really like the whole shop house look and how the interior, the lights actually came up together. Color used is red blue, and this color is I really quite like it. It has a little bit of like brown, a little bit of blue, the turquoise, and some red in it. The next one is I think it's I could be pronouncing it wrongly. It's also in Kampong Glam. It's a shop that sells like lifestyle goods, and the color that I use is actually green purple. I really like this color. It's also a mixture, like it separates out into like purple color, like a lavender color, and some green, as you can see from over here. And I really like the separation. This is one of the colors that I love from here. Yeah, all right. The next one is this is a shop, was pretty near to Chinese New Year, so they started decking out all the Chinese New Year decoration. And so I saw this place. It's called Meizhen Xiang. This is a shop house in Chinatown, and they sell, you know, bakwa, or like roasted barbecue pork. It's a snack that we eat for Chinese New Year. So this shop is they painted the whole shop. It's in pink color. So I used the rose quartz, and it's from White Knights. Rose quartz. So this range, in this book I used two. If I'm not wrong, two colors from White Knights, and the colors are kind of opaque because they came from the pastel range. So yeah, so this one, yeah, I didn't really do much mixing for this piece. All right. And side note, turned out that my boss, my real working life boss, he used to stay here. So I find it really coincidental. Okay, so after that, you know, we just need to flip it to the other side. And we have this shop called Little House of Dreams. And I think it was near Valentine's Day. So I also wanted to do something pink in color. This is one of the shop that sells, it's a cafe that sells breakfast, all day breakfast, and cakes. And it's really very dreamy. The color used is pink peony. It's also from the White Knights, I would say White Knights color, the pastel range. Next one is called Outfit. So this is a place that sells athletic clothings, like workout clothings for ladies, also along at Kampong Glam. And I really like how they use the color. This is called Tang Kill. It's one of the colors in Supervision watercolors, and this is like olive green color. And the next color here is actually blue black. So blue black is like a dark brown color. And I actually used it on this shop called Lulai Shenjiao, and this is a shop that sells, there's a shop that does foot massages, and I really like how the decoration, how they painted it and made it look, you know, accentuated all the different decorative elements of the shop. From here on, I started to use these super granulating colors from Shamink, and this is forest green, and the shop is called Pigs Fly. So I drew a little pig flying because it's Pigs Fly and they sell burger. In this one, I also used two colors from it's a natural pigment. So I used the Cosmo orange color, Cosmo flower pigment, and mango leaf pigment. And they turn out pretty good. I did mix a little bit, and you can actually mix them up. And the next one, it's olive green. It's forest olive, also from the super granulating series. And this shop is Casa Manini. The shop owner was very supportive. So she in fact watched the live drawing. I did the live drawing on Sunday, and she actually watched it. When I took this picture, I was so intrigued by all these very beautiful bins that were lined up in front of the shop, and she said they were not hers, but it was funny, I thought. But I quite like how it turned out. The next one is for Forest Brown. So this is a place that sells bacang. Okay, bacang is like rice dumpling. So they sell rice dumplings, and the color here is, to me, very funny because it's forest brown, but it looks more green. Because we have a forest green here, okay? But the forest brown is also quite green, so I don't know why they call it forest brown. Okay, the last one here is forest grey, and I actually use a shop that sells, it's a florist. I really quite like the texture. So this is just forest grey without mixing anything. And for the shadows, all these are for shadow areas. I did use some of these mixtures. So let's look at how, how I test this paper. So for ink and wash, we are looking at watercolor and also pen ink. So for the ink test, the fast, slow, thick, thin line test, what we can see is that definitely when it is when you have the watercolor wash and you have the ink on top, it will definitely be thicker. There is slight what do you call that, feathering, very slight feathering for some of these for the lines, but there's no bleeding. So on the back side of the sketchbook, I don't see any ink that goes across, so that is good. There's no skipping, a little bit skipping here, but that could be my pen. And actually when I draw, I don't feel like there is a lot of resistance, and I don't think that the surface is too rough for the ink to be laid on. For things like the glazing, I think it glazes okay. Like it allows me to lay separate layers of colors without actually touching the bottom, so that is good. It's also possible to do soft edges when it's wet and even when it's dry. So yeah, you do see that there is still a very light marking of the dried up paint, but it's not that obvious. So it's possible to do soft edge even when it's soft dried. But for lifting, no, I think it's very hard. It's almost impossible to avoid damaging the surface. Can you see the pilling, the piling of the pilling, like the paper surface just breaking up and damaging it? So don't try to do lifting with this paper. Okay, that's not gonna work. And for the wet on wet, I did put a lot of water on this. As you can see, the paint, so it does sort of absorb a little bit, and it sort of bulges up, because you can see the water and the pigment just rush to the side because it's lifted up, and because the side is sort of like bounded, so the paper, the water and the pigment just goes to one side. Slight warping, I think it's still alright. I think because the paper is actually quite thick. Color chart, I think the colors are pretty nice. They are quite vibrant, which is good. And for the inks, these are actually inks. This is a shimmering ink. I don't think you can see much shimmer. So if you are looking at how, to look at the properties of ink, probably this is not a good paper to try on. These are the two other inks that are polychromatic, like it has actually a mixture of inks. And I don't really see much difference with other paper. And with this line is actually bleach, and it's possible to see a difference, and the color looks like that. Yeah, so this paper, I think it is not the 100% cotton paper. It's not like probably not artist quality paper, but it's actually okay. I think it's alright for like sketches like these. Definitely not your kind of like a wet on wet. Definitely no lifting. All right, no heavy watercolor, and I would give it like a maybe, I think it would be like a 7/10 for me. Yeah, okay. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't. You can support me by donating to my coffee. I place it in the description box, alright? And if you'd like to see more live video, I do that every Friday evening from 11:30 p.m. onwards Singapore time. So if you would like to meet me like in internet space, talk to me in the community, please feel free to join us, alright? So I'll see you in the next video, and in the meantime, have fun with your art. Bye bye.